Hey there, this is Malorian, and this is going to be a couple of battle reports, but this first one here is going to be 35 points, and it's going to be my Bethane up against Vyros. Now, what he has on his side here is he has a big unit of Invictors with the UA, then he's going to have the Sentinels, a main unit with the UA. He is running with Silas, a Manticore, and a Phoenix, and yeah, there's 35 points. For my side, I'm trying out some more Bethane again. She is running Belphegor, a Scythian, a Carnivian. I have the Max Hex Hunters, Min Raptors, and then Anissa Rival. The game we're doing here is the one where it's up to 5. You get 1 for destroying one of the objectives on your opponent's side. You can only destroy 1 a turn, and then you can get 1 point for controlling the zone, 2 for dominating, but you have to destroy those objectives first. So, to be completely honest, this scenario normally isn't won by a scenario. Looking here, he has a lot of dudes, but with all my shooting from my Raptors and my Eruption of Spines, I really think they're going to go down quickly. Then I can do a Gallows or something to try and take out his heavies first. And really, in general, I just kind of feel really good about this matchup. So I get first turn, and I'm just really rushing up there. My prey is going to be the Invictors, and I have Ashen Veil up onto the Hex Hunters, because that's an awesome spell. And yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for him. On his turn, he kind of moves up here. He has a spell up on the Phoenix so that if somebody dies around him, he can charge. There's one on the Invictors. They have +2 armor and Fearless and good stuff like that. But for the most part, this is still fantastic because I can go up, I can shoot down tons of those Invictors, and really, I really think I could, maybe with this being my feat, even kill off all of the Invictors, do a lot of damage to the Phoenix, and if the Phoenix is crazy enough to charge me, I can take him out too. He did do a little bit of covering fire from the Manticore. That's what that little template is. And in my turn, that's actually what he does. I come up here and I do the 1 Eruption of Spines. He then charges me, and yes, I won't be able to do my 2nd Eruption of Spines, but now I can kill him with the Scythian, and to add insult to injury, he actually missed his charge attack. So really bad luck here, and well, good luck for me. So then my turn looks like this. As you can see, yes, the Scythian came over and almost killed him. He was with 1 box left. You know, I had gone up with my Raptors, kill a bunch of Invictors, so they're herding down. Like they got like 3 guys in a banner. I had to use a couple of my Hex Hunters to finish off that Phoenix, but he is in a horrible spot here. He has lost lots of his guys, lost to Heavy. He also has an Arcanist there, I forgot to mention. But yeah, he's a little bit of trouble. So on his turn, he does what he can, comes up, I believe he kills 1 of the Hex Hunters. He actually, in frustration, like throws the banner at me, but it doesn't really get to me or anything like that. But, you know, it's also kill box in this mission here. So, you know, Vyros couldn't be too far back, and what he tried to do is he went behind the woods to be safe, but as soon as he did that, I knew he was in trouble because I have eye of sight. So I can see through the forest and I can see him. One of the things I had to decide here, though, is should I go for the assassination that could fail, or should I just keep on doing attrition? Because if I do that, I could probably kill off all of his Invictors, almost all of his Sentinels, and then even like start getting objectives. But I thought, hey, you know, let's get another game. Let's kill this guy and see what happens. So really what happens is I go over with Belphegor, then with Bethane, I'm now going to put Carnivore onto the Scythian. I'm going to cast a Gallows, which is going to do a little bit of damage to him, and then I'm just going to charge with the Scythian, and with my last attack, I was able to kill him, and there you go. So like I said, I think I had the tools to take down his army, really just because I have a lot of anti-infantry, and he has a lot of infantry there, and hey, now we got time for another game. So for this one here, we're now going to be going up, just basically adding another army because we had hoped there were going to be more guys here, but there weren't, so we decided to do a doubles game. And for this side here, now we're going to be up against also another tier 4 or something Mordecai list who's going to be running a Gladiator, Razor Worm. There's going to be 3 Void Spirits, 2 Feral Geist. Then he's going to have the Min Swordsman, Max Neolators, and also those shield spear guys, what they're called, and even has 2 of those dogs as well. And so again, lots and lots of infantry, and I'm fine with that because I can kill lots and lots of infantry. He also has an Agonizer that's off on the left there to help out. We're doing the same mission again, just kind of slid things over to do it on a 6-foot wide board. We probably didn't really need to do that. I mean, if you look at it, there's a lot of space on either side, but, you know, just to give everybody room and all that stuff. My partner, I gotta say an excuse for him right away. Basically, like I said, there's just like 3 of us there, and then here's this guy. He hasn't played War Machine in a long time. He has never played Legion. He has almost never played Hordes. And it's like, hey, here you go. Here's a Legion army. You get to play with me. Here you go. He's like, what? What? So basically what I gave him was a Abyssalonia with Typhon, a Seraph, a Carnivian, Ravagore, and Shepherd. And already, you can't really see them, but on the far left there, that's where the Shepherd, the Carnivian, and the Ravagore is. So, yeah, I mean, he's going to be making some mistakes, but like I just said, I just basically just grabbed him and said, here's an army, you're my partner, let's play now. And he was at least good enough sport to do it. All right, so we get first turn. We're rushing up here. Pretty much I'm the same type of thing as before. I'm putting up the Ashen Veil up onto my Hex Hunters, but I really saw from the deployment that my Raptors weren't going to do much on the right side because there's all these ghosts everywhere. So I just really are booking it to the left. I'm really planning just like to shoot, pop over the wall, shoot, pop over the wall, and I should just be like a little killing zone there. But the main thing I need to do is get in here and try to help out in the center, because now my ally here knows he has to get his forces together. He has the Carnivore onto the Typhon. He has Force Evolution up on the Seraph. And yeah, that's pretty much it for us. On his turn, he's moving on up here. Not really too much done. He has Hollow up onto the Swordsman. He has the +2 armor onto the Victors again, and I think that's it for spells. But I mean, the main thing that also really helps me here against the Skorne army is that normally all these ghosts here pose a really big problem, but I got magic everywhere. You know, I got my Hex Hunters with all their magic, and of course all the Rupture of Spines. So the one that's really too bad is the one that's on the far left. That Void Spirit's going to be a big problem. I thought at first maybe if the Skorne player wasn't too aggressive, I could go over and blast him, but I got enough dudes on my side that I need to deal with. So after our next turn, it looks like this. This is going to be my feet turn, and basically what I do is I move up Belphegor, pop his Animus, and then through him I pop my feet, send through 2 Eruption of Spines, which does little plinking damage to the Phoenix, but the main thing is starts killing lots of the Annihilators. And my main goal here is to wipe them out, because of course Mordekar can do a revive, and he can't do that if they're wiped out. So I then move up with my Hex Hunters. They kill both Void Spirits that are on the right, and then luckily, because these guys have tough, I was able to get through all the Annihilators and completely wipe them out and do another solid hit to the Phoenix. So that was pretty awesome. My Raptors hopped over the wall and killed some of the Swordsmen, so that was okay. Meanwhile, I'm just getting my heavies in range here to try and, you know, knock out him if he's going to really go fairly aggressive against me. And on the left side, my ally is kind of pulling himself more together. He shoots with the Seraph and takes out the movement from the Manticore, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, he's in kind of a little bit of a vulnerable spot here, and we'll have to kind of see if he dies. So my opponent's turn here, first of all on the Skorne side, he does his best to do killing my Hex Hunters, but basically I'm defense 16 with Ashen Veil up against all the living stuff, so he has a hell of a hard time. He actually only kills 1 Hex Hunter. You know, even he has like that Razor where I'm going in there and boosting the hit, but just can't do it. So he really just stalled there, and he, you know, he's making sure that nothing's going to get to Mordekar. He's keeping that little defensive bunker in the back, so that's probably the right thing to do. On the left side, he first of all comes up and he wants to do a shot up against Abyssalonia there. He has some pretty bad dice with his Manticore. Right now she did eat like a POW 6, but that's about it. And then those Victors are going to come over and shoot her up. But the thing that they forgot is that you can't see through objectives. You can see through flags, but not objectives. So that really took away a lot of his shots. Plus, he had horrible dice. So really, instead, he started doing some shots to my Belphegor in the cloud, but then again, like I said, horrible, horrible dice, and he did like 3 damage to me. So really, a very ineffective turn for our opponents when it should have been a lot better. I mean, Abyssalonia could have been dead, and luckily that's not what happened. So on our next turn here, we're just pretty much continuing the grind. Typhon goes up there and he's able to go and spray and kill a bunch. Actually, I should say that they did actually do quite a bit to Typhon. Big blast from the Phoenix pretty much knocked out his spirit, but he just forced to regenerate it and then did a bunch of sprays that killed a good amount of the Invictors plus the Sentinels. But before they went, I made sure to go with my Raptors and Anissa Rival first, and they were able to punch a hole through the wall of Invictors, kill the Agonizer, and then kill a few more Invictors just for fun. So that's pretty good. Then the Carnivian charged over, was able to kill the banner of the Sentinels, and then the Fury taken off by the Shepherd. And then unfortunately, like I said, again, he's really new to Hordes, so he didn't really have all the focus he should have because he didn't rile enough on his beasts, and so he fails to kill that Void Spirit. And so what we do to try and protect him is I kind of helped him up with this positioning, is that the Seraph and the Ravagore just basically run over to make a wall just to try and stop as many shots as possible. But one of the things I didn't realize is that the Manticore can see through this stuff, so that's kind of a problem. Otherwise, on the right, he had popped his feet last turn, so all these guys are +3 defense, and they have the thing where if I miss them, I get pushed back. So I really did almost nothing to him. I think I killed like 1 swordsman, and the Razor Worm is really messed up. I actually used it to my advantage where I charged over, so I'd be by that hedge there. So if he ever pushed me, I just stop at the hedge. But it's still alive, and it's on to their side. So at this point here, we had to kind of look at the clock, and I realized that the store was going to close in 25 minutes. So this is going to be the last turn. I didn't tell them because, I mean, we didn't know it on our last turn. But really what they tried to do was, first of all, kill Abyssalonia. And again, man, the Retribution dice were just horrible. The first shot missed. The next one we just transferred away. And then past that, then the Sentinels went, and they're just like missing their attacks, or when they're rolling their 4 dice for charging Weapon Masters, it's 1, 2, 2, 3. It is just absolutely horrible. So after everything's done with the Retribution side, nothing is done well, he got a few shots into my Belphegor and stuff, but hardly anything. On the right side, really the biggest thing that happens is that his swordsmen start rolling some pretty good dice, and they kill a few more of my guys. Just 4 dead at this point here. He tries to hit me with the Razor Worm. No luck there. The Gladiator tramples over, doesn't kill anyone with the tramples, does 2 punches into my Scythian, but I got Spiky Growth up, so he does like 11 damage to me. I do like 4 back to him, but that's really it. And at that point there, we had to kind of call the game because of time, and really nobody has any killed casters, nobody has any control points, and really comes down to points destroyed, and that makes it really easy because we've lost nothing, and yet we killed the Agonizer, 2 0-point Void Spirits, and then like, yeah, half the Invictors, half points for, or full points for the Annihilators. Either way, we have it there. So too bad we couldn't actually finish it. I think if we would have kept going, we were in an okay spot. I think we actually would have won this because now my Carnivian or the Scythian, basically I'm going to take off both his heavy and his light on the right side and start killing off all these swordsmen. So the Skorne are giving me a lot of trouble. You know, with my Raptors and Nissa, all the Invictors would be gone. The Typhon, he could have just healed up. This would have been like a perfect feat turn, and then he would have killed the rest of the Sentinels. The Phoenix would have been dead. So I really think that looking at this board position, we would have had it anyway. But like I said, with points destroyed, we got it. So there you go. I really like Bethane. She was always one of my favorite casters, so it's nice to come back to her. And hope to like watching it. Bye.